This is super exciting for me because this is going to be the first time that we're getting to go live, looks like on our Instagram. So thank you guys so much for being here. This is a historical moment for me. I'm very excited about all of this. So I just want to say thank you, first of all, for everyone who's been a part of the energy healing conferences in the past. I want to say how much I appreciate you. And also for those of you who've just started following us and learning more about energy healing, I'm super grateful to have you be a part of our community here. We really look at each other like the family that supports each other, and I'm just really grateful. So thank you guys so much for being here. My name is Tammy Anderson Ward, and I am the conference producer for the Energy Healing Conference. I started doing this literally 10 years ago, and it's so funny. I have this family picture here I thought I would just kind of show for fun. This is my family. I have 8 children, and my husband and I have been married for almost 26 years. And this has been like something that I've just poured my heart and my soul into because I feel so grateful and I feel so passionate about energy healing modalities that I've been able to learn from. And today I have a very special guest that I'm so excited to have you guys meet. I'm going to go ahead and read her bio just to get us started. And she has a very special treat for us. If you have been wanting to learn more about self-acceptance and self-love in a radical way, then stay here with me for Dr. Gigi today. Or if you have to get off, make sure that you kind of bookmark that or save the link so that you can come back and watch it on the replay. You can also share it to other friends and family members as well. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. So her bio says Dr. Gigi Smith is a certified EFT and hypnotherapy practitioner with decades of experience in trauma and addiction recovery. A businesswoman turned healer, she is a recovered and healed people pleaser that envisions where a world where people can live their highest purpose without compromising their joy and well-being. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring on Dr. Gigi Smith.
Hi, Tammy. It's so great to be here.
I am so grateful. Can I just tell you, I am so beyond grateful to have you be a part of this event. This is going to be one of those things that it really helps the event to be equipped to be a transformative experience, having you be a part of it. So first of all, I want to go ahead and just have you share a little bit about your story. How did you get started with this?
Well, thank you. I appreciate the bio. So I started my career in the 80s, long time ago,
I love that.
in technology. I was the child product of the 60s, child of, African American parents that moved to California from the South to have a better life. And so I chose technology, and it did me well. I love technology. I moved into more of the healing realm during my recovery. I was recovering from prescription pain pills. Never thought I would have that issue, but I did. And so I'd gone through rehabilitation, saw this thing called tapping. They're tapping. And I'm like, that looks so silly. You will not catch me doing that. So second time in rehab, I thought, the God voice said, yeah, you might want to pay attention. And so I did.
Yeah.
I did. And I tell you, it has changed my life. It really turned me from a prescription pain pill popping addict and alcoholic to someone that, doesn't do that, to somebody that actually supports others in their recovery. And their desire to release their addictions and their attachment to destructive patterns like people pleasing or procrastination or perfectionism. Those things?
Yeah, I'm familiar with all of those things, actually. So I love that you decided to basically walk out of hell holding the buckets to help other people put theirs out, right? Like I can tell you're really all about helping people, which is super special to me. Like that is deeply meaningful, actually, coming from a family with addiction in my family history. And then myself, I don't really talk about it, like, but today is my 26-year sobriety from meth, actually. 26
Big
years.
congratulations.
Thanks. I haven't even told my family or anything. I'm just like I've just been kind of going inward and just feeling so much gratitude. So I just appreciate you so much, like on a totally different level than maybe other event producers, right? Who haven't experienced that. So tell us a little bit more about this modality that you use. I'm really interested in your perspective and specifically also how it's helped you.
Yeah, thank you. So, emotional freedom techniques is based upon thousands of years of Chinese medicine. It's very similar to acupuncture. Are you familiar with acupuncture?
I am, although I've kind of steered clear because I don't really like needles. So,
Yes. So the great thing about EFT is that it's like acupuncture, but no needles. There's no pain.
yay.
It's a very loving, kind, compassionate process. That's what I love about it. I was raised, in a family of Southern Baptist people. It was very fire and brimstone. And for somebody that was sensitive like myself, a lot of my feelings got hurt. That's where the people pleaser, came out. That's where the unworthiness came out. And
Mhm.
so not realizing that I came from a family of addicts, people with deep-seated addiction, deep-seated, some emotional dysregularity like people pleasing and procrastination. And who knew? I got it. I got that same energetic. And so one of the things about EFT, emotional freedom techniques, is that it's again a very gentle, loving process to help really remove or dislodge energy that gets stuck in the various meridians located throughout your body. And so
Mhm.
what we're doing is we have conscious awareness to what our blocks are, but then we say, look, just as much as I'm in this state right now and I'm feeling anxious and depressed, I don't want to stay there. I want to move from state A to state B. And that's one of the great things about tapping is that it will allow you to go from state A to state B just like that. And so for you and the lovely audience, I created a self-love and trust tapping that can really just show you how quickly that tapping can change your mood. It's just like that. It's faster than a pill, faster than a shot, faster than a drink. And you can do it yourself anytime, anywhere. That's what I love about it.
That's empowering. And also, like in this time where some people are being hit with inflation and whatnot, I just feel like that's so empowering for all different types of people, no matter their socioeconomic status. That's just so important. And it's really like an empowering thing instead of a disempowering thing. Now, I know you are very excited. You want to walk us through that. So, those of you who are at home right now, please feel free to join in. And please feel free also to forward this to anyone that you think is also working on radical self-love. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go off screen so that we can see you better.
Okay.
But I'll be right here.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you, Tammy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do just one round of self-love and trust tapping. But before we do that, I want you to assess the amount of self-love and trust you have for yourself right here, right now. I don't want you to overthink it. Don't think too hard. Just assess on the scale of 1 to 10. And so 1 is I don't love or trust myself at all. And 10 is I am completely trusting of myself and loving of myself. Sounds good? So on this scale of 1 to 10, identify where you fit. 1 is I don't love and accept myself. I don't love or trust myself at all. And then 10 is I love and trust myself fully and completely. So just jot down that number. Don't think too hard. Whatever comes to mind. And then And you'll notice how quickly EFT can change your mood and your mindset. And I believe this, when you can change your mood and your mindset, you can start to accomplish anything because you're better resourced. You have a better attitude, a better mood, a better mindset to really tackle those things that you want to tackle. So just do what I do. Let the words pour over you. If there's anything I say that does not resonate, just let it fall sweetly away. Easy peasy, no fuss, no muss. Also, periodically, I'm going to say take a deep conscious breath. This is what a deep conscious breath looks like. In through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth with an audible sigh. Now, here's the pro tip. When you're inhaling, visualize white, peaceful light. And when you're exhaling, exhale everything that is not love, peace, and light. Exhale all that dense energy. You ready? Okay. So just do what I do. Even though I feel my trust in myself is low, I choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though it sometimes feels like I'm starting over and it feels so hard, I choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I doubt my courage, I choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself. Eyebrow point. Starting over, starting again, I feel so unsure. Side of the eye. These doubts, they're clouding my mind. Under eye. Trust in myself feels shaky. Let's take a deep conscious breath in through the nose, out through the mouth with an audible sigh. Under nose, I'm here and I'm trying again. Under mouth, I honor my journey. Every step of my journey, I am so proud. Collarbone, I'm embracing myself with love. Full, full on, unconditional love. 3 inches below the armpit, I am brave. I am courageous. Top of the head, I can trust myself again. I do trust myself again. Eyebrow point, my heart is open to self-love and I trust myself. Side of eye, compassion flows within me. Under eye, I reward myself with kindness and compassion. Let's take a deep conscious breath in through the nose, out through the mouth with an audible sigh. Under nose, I am worthy of joy. Under mouth, every day I grow stronger. Collarbone, courage blooms in my heart. 3 inches below the armpit, I trust my inner wisdom. Top of head, I am joyful and free. Eyebrow point, love and acceptance fill me up. Side of eye, my past does not define me. Under eye, I trust my path ahead. Under nose, self-compassion guides my way. Let's take a deep conscious breath in through the nose, out through the mouth with an audible sigh. Under mouth, I honor my brave spirit. Collarbone, Joy and courage are mine. 3 inches below the armpit. I trust myself completely. Top of head. I am love. I am trust. I am joy. Now we're just going to rub our shoulders. Even though I've had doubts, I now choose to fully trust myself. I embrace courage and strength. I deeply and completely love, accept, and trust myself, opening my heart to joy and bravery. You can release that and take one last deep conscious breath in through the nose, out through the mouth with an audible sigh. Now, so that was just one round of tapping. On that same scale of 1 to 10, and 1 was I don't love and trust myself. 10 is I love and trust myself. Where are you on that scale now? I'm curious. So Tammy, where are you on that scale?
Dude, I was yawning like the whole time. I felt
Oh,
it. I don't know why. I mean, it was just like ridiculous amounts of like deep yawning.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I personally was responding to people, messaging them the actual video, so I didn't go through the whole tapping session right now myself, but I will be doing that. Be able to go back and do it with you. But that was just amazing, and I love the words that you've chosen. It seems like you've done this before.
A couple times. But I got to tell you, even though you were just kind of around it, you were exhibiting quite a number of release. You know, yawning
Definitely.
is a form of release. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You're doing
definitely.
lots of those things. You're releasing out that energy.
Well, because the thing is, like, somebody might say, "Oh, yeah, right." But here's the thing, I did not yawn like that at all today earlier, or like now I'm not yawning at all. So, like, you tell me. That's kind of crazy, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's energy and it works.
I love it. That's
Yes.
awesome. Okay, so tell people how they can work with you. If they're interested in doing their own thing with you, they know that they need this. They know that they can make a difference. Or maybe they have a loved one who's been dealing with addiction and they're maybe in recovery and they're starting on their path. They want to have that empowerment as well. How do they schedule with you and how do they get connected?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I think I posted some links on how to follow me on social media. You can go to my website, tappingwithdrgigi.com. Get on my mailing list. I will send you a self-love and acceptance tapping for free.
Oh, that's cool.
Also, I offer tapping into recovery. And so at tappingintorecovery.com, every Tuesday from 6:30 to 7:30
Oh,
Pacific Standard Time, I offer recovery sessions. It's a free community support for anybody that is looking to release their addictions and destructive patterns. And
that's
so you can go to tappingintorecovery.com, get register. It's free. We do accept donations, but it's free for anyone that can't afford it. And we offer emotional freedom techniques, breath work, meditation, and an opportunity to debrief about the week, the past week or the coming week, to help you be better prepared for it and less likely to use.
yeah,
And
that's
so,
amazing.
that's my give back to the world. We've been in existence since January of 2023, so we're on our second year now, and I'd love for you and everyone to join.
That's just awesome. I love that you have that for people. I did go ahead and put her book me scheduling link down in the comments. You guys are welcome to go ahead and grab that. And tell us a little bit about like the different options that people are going to find when they go there.
Yes, thank you. So one of the options is my Boundary Badass book. So I just recently published Boundary Badass. So this was my book for other people pleasers. For so many years, I'll be 60 this year,
That's
Tammy, and
amazing. Happy
for
birthday.
most thank you. And for most of those years, I've been a doormat. You know, I was just people pleasing my way, but most of the time I didn't feel good about it. And so I just needed a way to put some distance between me and those takers in life, those
Mhm,
takers that happen at work, lovers, family, you
mhm,
know, and my kids, you know, that I needed to put some distance. Not to say everybody was a taker, but to say I had a tendency to overgive and I had a tendency to overdo. And with that, I had expectations that
mhm.
often would not get met. And so I noticed when I did try to put boundaries in place, first, I didn't like the idea. Um, but it made me feel really guilty and icky. I didn't like that at all. And so what I've learned over time is that I can say no, and that no is a complete sentence.
Yeah.
And I learned how to say no without feeling guilty. And so that's really what Boundary Badass is all about. It's about a
Amazing.
50-page book. It's a short read, but it gives you strategies out of the gate to say, okay, yes, I can have more freedom and liberation in my life. I deserve more freedom and liberation in my life. And I'm just going to tell you, you know, how to best work with me.
That's amazing. And can people purchase your book, on your website, or where do they go to get that?
Thank you. So you can go to my website, tappingwithdrgigi.com. And on my website, there's a place you can go directly and purchase the book. It's only $29.99. So I've been telling people, hey, if you want peace, you can get peace for $29.99.
I love
You don't have to pop a pill. You don't
that.
have to drink anything. It's instant.
That's actually really cool because there's a lot of people, especially in my state, that are right now recovering from people pleasing, and to be able to have some strategies that they could implement and that are practical and they could do right away. That's pretty empowering. So I love that you have that available on there. I'm going to go grab one today. So if anybody else wants to do a book club with me in like a month, let me know. I won't be able to do one probably between now and the conference, but I think it'd be really fun to do a book club, even just
Yes.
like on Zoom or whatever, around her book. Anybody else interested in something like that? Because I just think that would be amazing.
I
I love
think
the
I
title.
would love to facilitate something like that. We could even have a contest about, the boundaries that we break and, just have a support group. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hi, Deborah Brown. Thank you so much for being here. She says, Amen. That book sounds amazing. Okay,
It-
well, I think we should line it up, honestly. And then anybody who buys the book at the conference or ahead of time, we'll just have to let them know. I just think that would be such a blast
yes,
to be able
yes,
to do that.
yes,
So
yes, we'll have our own boundary badass group. Yes,
that
yes.
sounds amazing. Okay, so the comments are rolling in. People are saying, yes, I want to do a book club with you around this. This would be so fun. This is a great idea. Let's definitely make this happen. I just think that's really just going to be a blast. So I want to go over all the links with you guys. If you have any questions, now is your time to ask if you're on live right now. But those of you who are watching on the replay, be sure to go ahead and reach out to Dr. Gigi. This is her email. She has given me permission to share with you. So if you want to reach out to her, maybe there's a time that doesn't quite work, or you just want to, interview her for your own podcast or have her speak at your own event, whatever it is. She's been super easy to work with. I have really enjoyed getting to know her better. I appreciate what she's been through and also her story. Like, it's so honestly, it's just really inspiring to me. So I'm very, very thankful. So that's her personal email. You can also go to her website, tappingwithdrgigi.com right here. And then, of course, if you would like to go ahead and schedule with her ahead of time. Now, Dr. Gigi, go ahead and tell us what's going to be happening at your vendor space at the Energy Healing Conference, June 28th and 29th.
Yes, I'm so excited about that. So I've got some tickets and I am going to give some free tickets away. I'll be also providing some mini consultations, but also I have prepared a class specifically for the Energy Healing Conference called Healing What You Don't Talk About.
Yeah.
And so the idea behind that is there's so much that I have just had so much guilt and shame about.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're like me, you don't talk about your guilt and shame.
Yeah.
And but it's all of those things that we have guilt and shame that we need healing about. So I have created a mini course to help people start to unpeel the onion layer, that are ready to say, yes, I'm ready to face those fears, those things that have really stopped me in the tracks. And we're just going to peel back the layer a little bit to say, yeah, we're ready to break it open. And then I will be available to support with more deep coaching, more intensive coaching, more community support as well. But it's a great way to at least knock on the door to say, hey, fears, those fears I haven't seen, haven't wanted to talk to in 20, 30 years. I'm ready to look at you. I'm ready to look at you in your eye and say, you have no more power in my life.
That's awesome. That is
Yeah.
really cool, actually. And I feel like this has been a really inspired day, actually, for us to be talking, whereas this is your specialty, helping people overcome, addictions and things that they don't really talk about. I mean, I didn't talk about mine for years because I was ashamed and I was embarrassed. And then I think I got to a point where it was almost like I felt, this is like crazy. What's coming up for me is like almost like a duty to help other people know, like, hey, it's okay. Like you can do it too. So it's really powerful. So I'm just really grateful for your courage and also for your wisdom. I know that it's taken time for you to invest and be trained and certified and get years of experience. And so I just want to say thank you, just from one person to another who's dealt with something like that. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so appreciative for Gary Craig. He invented EFT, and so many hypnotherapists that have come before. And so what I've done is I blended both of those therapies into what I call hypno-tapping V. And so it allows for not only radical change, but radical change quickly.
Yeah.
And so within 30, 60, or 90 days, I have a mindset makeover program that can help you release your addictions.
Yeah.
And also your destructive patterns. And so that's a great way, if you've got some money blocks or issues with, intimacy and relationships, it's a great way to get a hold of that and get it behind you, release it so it no longer impacts you.
Yeah, that's super powerful. Well, and it's not always easy to do, but this helps. This I know helps. And I've also had tapping support me in other ways too. I had a PTSD from a driving incident, and tapping was very, very supportive and helpful of me. And this was back in 2006. My grandmother, she had well, I don't know. I don't know. She probably wouldn't care if I talked about this, but she's not around anymore. So maybe it's okay if I share it anyway. But she had a hard time having bowel movements. And in her very first tapping session, she traveled to Brigham City, Utah, which is where I was living at the time. And literally in the middle of the session, she had to jump up and run to the bathroom. And she hadn't been able to do that for so long. Like, I know that there's other things that tapping can help with in so many ways. It's just that this is your particular passion to help people with radical self-love, with radical self-acceptance, and then also overcoming the people pleasing and the addiction. I know you have another part of your business as well. I'd love to have you take just a moment to talk about that as well.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. So I started, my career in technology. Being raised child of the 60s, I was raised, you better get a good job. And so I got a job in tech. It served me well. And so I still provide support and develop technology in the form of applications, websites, apps, other kinds of technology products. And I like to serve empaths, healers, and coaches, with technology products, digital marketing that really serves their needs, to allow people like you to do what you do best, heal, and then I can handle the technology, put everything together in a nice bow in the background.
That's awesome. I love that. Well, I have been having some friends ask me, hey, do you know anybody? So would you recommend that they get a hold of you via your email here on the screen, or what's the best way for them?
Yeah, they can. You can get in touch with me at hello@tapping with Dr. Gigi. Yeah, that's probably the easiest way. My website, serendipitynnovation.com. You can go there. We do a lot with artificial intelligence. And more importantly than that, let me say this, because I know a lot of people are kind of sideways about AI for a lot of reasons. And I think that's one of those mindsets you just have to get through. And I can help you get through that with some EFT. Because once you get a mindset to see how AI can really serve you in your business, it's on. It will be your best virtual assistant ever.
That's awesome. I love it. Well, I just for fun kind of chose a couple of little Facebook ad AI suggestions, and I was like, that is 1,000 times better than what I could think of right then. I was like, yes, click. But it's just like saying like, hey, would you like free tickets to the Energy Healing Conference? Because honestly, we do consider this event a huge community outreach. I mean, we have activities and experiences, and of course, vendors, 150 vendors right now for the Energy Healing Conference. It's over a 2-day event, but it's like, I'm so excited. I want to put like 1,000 words into 20. How do I do that? So that's really, really helpful. Now I do have your website. It's serendipitynnovation.com, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll throw that in the links for you guys in the comments here so you can go ahead and check it out if that's been something that maybe could serve you as well. That's fabulous. All right. Well, any closing thoughts that you'd like to leave for us today?
Yes, any of the vendors or VIPs of the world's largest energy healing conference, if you are interested in any technology products or services, reach out to me now and I will give you a 10% discount just because you're involved. And if you or someone you know has issues with addiction or needs to release some destructive patterns, I got your back, in a very easy, loving, kind way.
And when you do your appointments, you do them over Zoom, right? So you can work with people no matter where they are.
Yeah, I can work. Yes, I work on Zoom mostly, and I can work with people anytime, anywhere. It's energy, so we can.
Yeah. Well, and you're showing up with a tap and everything. So very doable. Well, good thing because you're in California and I'm in Utah and I would love to do some stuff with you. So this is just really exciting. Thank you again for being on today. I know you have a very busy schedule and I really appreciate it. And I guess that's it for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to serve and support.
Thank you, sweetheart. Okay. See you guys. See you next time, everyone.